Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself. Oh, and if you don't mind, like, subscribe, comment. And I've got a link tree down below that's got my social media, and it has my Patreon if you want to help out. Thank y'all. There comes a point that people need to realize that the Bureau of Indian Education is a failure and there needs to be changes. The Havasupai Elementary School at Lake Havasu City, Arizona is dangerous to the students, which has been brought up in a lawsuit, Stephen C. et al. Versus Bureau of Indian Education et al. Now there's a Department of Interior Office of Inspector General report that shows how dangerous it is for all to see. The really sad part is the principal of the school was asked by news organization Arizona Central to comment and was directed to the BIE by her. It seems that the administrators of these schools are wanting to censor themselves instead of protecting their students. Yes, we need to worry about our local education, but Native American children need more voices protecting them, it seems. Remember, the past 4 years, Deb Haaland was the Secretary of Interior. She was celebrated because she is Native American. She was born in Arizona, raised and represented New Mexico in Congress. So she should understand what is happening there. But this school, it's horrible. And I'm going to go into it. Seriously, the Bureau of Indian Education is a joke, and kids' lives are literally being put in danger because of them. The findings of this report are sickening, especially when considering this is what children are dealing with. Now, mind you, all of this information is in my Substack that's down below. So if you want to do your own research, you can. We found that Havasupai Elementary School did not ensure deficiencies were resolved timely. Okay, there's a whole bunch of how bad it is in this. In addition, we identified other safety and health concerns that need attention. This is on top of all these other concerns, such as unreliable heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system, and a roof in poor condition. We found the school did not implement a comprehensive emergency management program, did not develop a security plan, did not train staff, and did not conduct all required emergency drills. Further, we found data reliability issues in the BIE's facility maintenance system. For example, using statistical sampling, we projected that 48% of closed work orders were closed in error. Lastly, the school experienced severe staffing shortages. Approximately 53% of Havasupai Elementary School's positions were vacant as of December 2023. These positions need to be filled to contribute to a safer school environment and reestablish the use of unoccupied building space. Let's see here. Fire prevention plans were not in writing, contrary to federal regulations, which require that a fire prevention plan must be in writing to keep the workplace, to be kept in the workplace, and be made available to employees for review. Having a clear fire prevention plan in place and ensuring the staff are aware of it and the responsibilities helps ensure that they are in the best position to help keep students safe if there's an emergency. This deficiency was identified in September of 2019, had an abatement period of 30 days, and as of October 12, 2023, had not been corrected. There were no procedures to control flammable and combustible waste, contrary to federal regulations, which require a fire prevention plan. We're back to that. I'm not even going to go into all that, but basically, there's a massive risk of fire. The playground surface did not meet minimum specifications to reduce risk of head injuries due to falls. Given the remote location of the school and limited medical services, it is particularly important that the school ensure compliance with standards that are intended to minimize students' risk of injury. The deficiency was identified in August 2021, had an abatement period of 180 days, and as of October 12, 2023, continued to be a safety hazard. Would you want your kids to deal with this? Seriously, would you? Okay. In my Substack, I've got the long drawn out lawsuit settlement. But basically, it ruled that no blame was to be brought, sadly, but that there will be neutral monitors brought in to start working on a way to fix problems, specifically for those with disabilities. The BIE has to pay for everything, but their history of doing that is a joke, so, well. The monitors have to develop plans, but history of failure should make people wonder if this will happen. Yeah, there's a long list of, okay, this is what's going to happen. And it really does break down, okay, you need to get this done in this amount of time. But as this report, the lawsuit was settled before the OIG report was even doing the investigation. So the OIG was looking at things that should have already started being in the works, but it wasn't happening. This is how ridiculous it is. Even when a federal court says, fix this, kids are in danger, this was specifically towards kids with disabilities, it's not being taken care of. It's like they don't care. Bureau of Indian Education, which in their chain of command near the top is a Native American woman born in that state, nobody seems to care. Look, not everybody is speaking out for these poor children. Native American children in this country are being put in danger, are undereducated, and it's all the federal government's fault because for some reason, Native Americans haven't said, we'll educate our own children. That is, they need to do that. Some of these tribes that are making all this money from casinos and from other methods need to go, okay, we need to start educating our own kids. We need to get off the federal government's addiction, and we need to educate our own kids. Whether you agree with that or not, you have to think about that. The Bureau of Indian Education is not educating these kids. They're putting these kids in danger. You're not fixing the problem by keeping them on a system that is failing them. You're not. And if you're a parent listening to this, don't you think that you would want to do that? Don't you think you would want to get to a position where the kids' safety and education, which is your priority, or should be as you're a parent or as they're part of your tribe and your community, shouldn't you want them to be educated in the best way possible? Shouldn't you want to start working on a way to do that other than having this nasty group of individuals who have failed you for well over a century, heck, over a century and a half? Why do you want to keep allowing them to fail your children? Now, maybe you don't agree with me, but there's some common sense here, folks, and maybe it isn't so common, but I know redneck folks want their kids educated the way that they want the kids educated, and we speak out. We may not always do the best for our kids, but we're trying to do the best for our kids. You can't tell me that these tribes are doing what's best for their kids because, well, these schools keep being found out to be horrendous. It's time that the tribes call for the dissolvement of the Bureau of Indian Education and do it themselves. Period. If you want to get out of poverty, education is the way to do it. If you want to get out of being seen as second-class citizens, well, education is the way to do it. Deb Haaland, this celebrated Pueblo Indian, has failed y'all for the past 4 years. Everybody has failed y'all for the past 200 and almost 50 years. Folks, this needs to end. These kids should not be in this much danger. This has been Paul, Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Folks, I just want to say thank you for listening. I want to thank you for taking your time. I want to hear what your comments are about what you think on this topic because your comments are what's important, not necessarily mine. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're Democrat. I want to hear your opinion on these topics. I want to thank you yet again for listening to my video. Like, subscribe, and all that other hoopla. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.